The Moto Razr 50 has arrived, and it brings all the nostalgic flip phone excitement at nearly half the price of the Razr 50 Ultra and the Z Flip 6. No, this is not a comparison video, but it is kind of hard not to draw parallels when the Razr 50 offers so much more value for so much less money, at least on paper. Of course, it does not offer all the bells and whistles of the flagship flip phones, but this new foldable from Motorola still gets a lot right. There is a lot to talk about here. But before we start, please take a moment to subscribe to TechHook because your support means a lot to us. Let's start with the cover display. This thing is a huge upgrade from last year's tiny 1.5-inch screen on the Razr 40. It also does not have the weird folder design of the Flip 6, which a lot of you will appreciate. But it is not just about the size. The real standout feature here is the experience of using this cover display. You can access any app directly from it without any hassle, making it way more versatile than Samsung's offering. Honestly, despite Samsung's good lock, I would still prefer Motorola's implementation here. Plus, with Google Assistant and Gemini built in, the cover screen feels just as useful as the one inside. You also get dedicated mini games to play on the cover display, which I'm quite a fan of. Coming to the inner display, it is a 6.9-inch 1080p POLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate. Now, it has a tall 22:9 aspect ratio, kind of like the Razr 50 Ultra. But you do lose the Dolby Vision support here. That said, you still get HDR10+, and sure, the refresh rate tops out at only 120Hz, unlike the 165Hz you get with the 50 Ultra. But honestly, 120Hz is more than enough for most use cases. It's plenty bright too, hitting 3000 nits max. Outdoor visibility is solid as well. The resolution is mostly fine, but on a display this big, it could use a few more pixels. Still, for everyday use, this is more than capable. Now, let's talk about design. The Razr 50 feels premium, no doubt about that. The frame around the phone's periphery is made of aluminium, while the outer hinge cover is stainless steel. The soft vegan suede material on the back panel feels really nice in the hand, but I am not sure how well it will hold up over time. Motorola's hinge design is also well engineered, minimizing the crease when fully unfolded. It is also quite easy to unfold this phone with just one hand. Additionally, the Razr 50 gets a nice upgrade in the form of IPX8 water resistance, so you are safe from accidental spills. There is no dust resistance though, so be mindful in rough environments. Now, powering this smartphone is the MediaTek Dimensity 7300X chipset. This is far from a flagship chipset, but it holds up really well in most cases. You can play Call of Duty at max frame rates without any problem. The only issue that annoyed me was the lag between clicking a photo and then viewing it in the Photos app. There is also 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage on tap here. Moving on, I was impressed by the stereo speaker setup on the Razr 50. The output was loud and crisp with decent bass as well. The software experience on the Razr 50 with Motorola's Hello UI and Android 14 is solid. While there are some pre-installed third-party apps that you can remove, Motorola has also added a few of its own that cannot be uninstalled. So, it is not the near-stock feel of older Motorola phones, but it still offers plenty of personalization with themes, fonts and generative AI wallpapers. Motorola is promising 3 OS updates and 4 years of security updates on the Razr 50, which is pretty standard for the price. The main camera system on the Razr 50 includes a 50-megapixel primary and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. On the inside, you get a 32-megapixel selfie camera as well. The main camera is a decent performer in most scenarios, offering good dynamic range and slightly boosted colors. However, the images do not have much detail. The ultra-wide does a pretty decent job, plus it also doubles as a macro camera. Both cameras can shoot 4K 30fps videos as well, and the stability of videos is pretty good and dynamic range is decent too. But the internal selfie camera whitens skin tones like crazy. So I recommend you use the main camera for selfies. Look, this is not a camera phone. Motorola's own Edge 50 Ultra has a much superior camera system for around the same price, so keep that in mind. The battery life on this thing is quite impressive by flip phone standards because it could easily handle a full day of heavy use. I think the Dimensity 7300X is optimized well here, even with 2 screens draining power. There's definitely some smart energy management going on here. When it comes to charging, the Razr 50 supports 30 watts wired charging, and it is great to see a charger included in the box. In my testing, this phone hit full charge in just over an hour, making it a bit faster than the Flip 6, though not quite as quick as the Razr 50 Ultra. You also get wireless charging at up to 15 watts, which is a significant upgrade from the Razr 40's 5 watts. So, the Moto Razr 50 is a good choice if you're looking for a flip-style foldable phone that does not skimp on key features. It is more of a lifestyle choice that offers a unique form factor. The cover screen is the biggest highlight here, and there is so much you can do with it that a lot of time I did not even need to use the main screen. Overall, this is a well-rounded device and a pretty good choice if you're looking to enter the world of foldable smartphones without breaking the bank. That's all for this video, folks. Please hit that like button if you found this video helpful and kindly subscribe to TechHook.